aliens, let's go! You know what they look like? Tall, lanky, green. Maybe they're gray. Is it possible that maybe, just maybe, they have tentacles? One eye? They drool a little bit, and they're wearing a glass covering of sorts. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm referring to Kang and Kodos from The Simpsons. Anyways, it seems over the last few years, as in maybe the last 5 years or so, the government, more specifically the United States government, has started to open up more about potential alien existence. Videos of UFOs, short for unidentified flying objects, which were once classified information, were released to the public, and somewhat recently, there have been a few other sightings of what appear to be potential alien aircrafts of sorts. What is going on here? Today on Life's Biggest Questions, we're asking, what was the recent UFO sightings? Make sure to smash that like button and let's get right into this one, folks, because you know it's gonna be a spicy one. Now, if you didn't hear, in April 2021, images and videos taken by the Navy of what appeared to be a UFO were leaked online by Mystery Wire and Jeremy Corbell. This footage would be confirmed legitimate by a Pentagon spokeswoman, Sue Go, who released a statement to CNN. She said, I quote, "As we have said before, to maintain operation security and to avoid disclosing information that may be useful to potential adversaries, DoD does not discuss publicly the details of either the observations or the examinations of reported excursions into our training ranges or designated airspace, including those excursions initially designated as UAP." She also confirmed the 3 UFOs seen in pictures, with them being described as sphere-shaped, another acorn-shaped, and the last a metallic blimp, were also taken by the Navy. Although these clips had just recently started to make the rounds in mainstream media, reports claim they've been circulating on the web for at least the last year. She also refused to outright say there were UFOs, instead just saying that the Navy had taken the photos and videos circulating. And that is all. As you could see, she wasn't going to really open up much more information to the public. Very interesting. Although there are 3 separate images or videos, the one that appeared to steal the show was a night vision captured video of a triangle-looking spacecraft. Taken in July of 2019, Corbell shared the video to YouTube and wrote about his findings extensively on his site, Extraordinary Beliefs. This footage was taken off the coast of California, and these are the same objects that were apparently harassing 3 US warships during drills back in 2019. Why we're just hearing about all this now? Well, that's the government for you. Just imagine what's happening now that we'll learn about down the line. Very interesting. Either way, this happened back in July 2019 and apparently over the course of a few days. And when asked for who or what was responsible, it seemed no government agency could come up with an answer, including the Navy, Coast Guard, and FBI. Kinda scary stuff. Reports claim that one of the UFOs matched the speed of the boat, the Destroyer, for 90 minutes, just keeping pace with it for the entire time while in the air. Speaking with Fox, Corbell said, I quote, "This is explosive information. This is probably the best UFO military filmed footage certainly that I've ever seen, but I think also that the world has ever seen. This is an extraordinary piece of technology. We need to find out the intent of the operators of these vehicles." However, not everyone is necessarily sold that what we saw was the work of aliens. Just because government agencies don't have an answer doesn't mean there isn't one. At least according to Mick West, a UFO hunter who clearly takes this stuff very seriously, as we all should. Aliens are pretty cool. Science is cool, baby, let's go. Speaking with the New York Post, West explained, I quote, "What we've got to go with here is the simplest explanation, and really the simplest explanation is that it's just a plane. It moves like a plane, it acts like a plane," referring to the triangle-shaped object. I don't know, Mick, I don't think planes are usually triangular, buddy, but alright. He went on to explain the flashing lights. I quote, "If you look at the video, you see it's kind of flashing, and it's not flashing at a regular rate. It's kind of like irregular, but it really reminds me of the flashing lights of a plane." And I looked into that, and I found there are actually some planes that have a sequence of lights that, like that, there's a long sequence overlaid a short sequence. In regards to its speed, more specifically keeping up with that of the other planes captured in the sky, West said, I quote, "If you assume it's a plane at 33,000 feet, you can calculate its angular velocity from the information that's available with the positions of stars. You can see it's about 1 less degree per second, which translates to about 400 to 450 knots, which is the exact same speed that the planes in that region were flying. At that time, that's the speed that they fly over the area going towards Los Angeles. So in every way, it matches a plane." Now, I'm not a mathematician, so I'm kind of just taking this guy's word for it, if I'm being honest with you guys. But even if you make the argument that it's a plane, how do you describe its shape? Don't worry, Mick has you covered there too, folks. He said, I quote, "It was immediately left out to me that there are other things in the video that are also triangular towards the end of the video. There's 2 lights which are triangle shaped. So I thought, you see this type of thing when a video is out of focus, you often see the lights in the background take on the shape of the aperture of the camera, like the shape of the iris and the camera. and some cameras have a triangular iris. And so if that happens, if you have a camera that's a bit out of focus, it's got a triangular iris, then you're going to get these triangular shapes. Maybe we should ask Mick the winning lottery numbers here, eh? The guy seems to have the answers to everything. Holy sh... No, I'm just kidding, guys. All joking aside, Mick is clearly very passionate about aliens and extraterrestrials in general, so he isn't willing to just get all hyped and excited over what could be nothing. After doing his research, well, it seems he believes this is nothing. Again, the Navy nor the Pentagon outright said these things were aliens, and in the ship's logs from the days of the events, the drones or aircrafts were actually referred to as unmanned aerial vehicles or UAVs. Yes, like Call of Duty. But let's be real, guys. They were aliens. On a more serious note, here's where things get even more interesting. If the Pentagon or Navy don't want to go in depth right now, come June, they may have to. While still in office, former President Trump signed a bill giving intelligence officials 180 days to submit a report including all the information they have on UFOs. Speaking with Fox, former intelligence director John Ratcliffe said, I quote, "Frankly, there are a lot more sightings than have been made public. Things that we were observing that are difficult to explain. We were talking about objects that have been seen by Navy and Air Force pilots or have been picked up by satellite imagery that frankly engage in actions that are difficult to explain. Movements that are hard to replicate, that we don't have the technology for, or traveling at speeds that exceed the sound barrier without a sonic boom." So what exactly are we dealing with? I can't say for sure. Maybe it's the work of other countries, maybe it's aliens, maybe it's kids with drones. I doubt it's kids with drones. Hopefully the June report will shed some light on this, but as always, we gotta just hope the government is being transparent with us. LOL. Alright guys, for now let's do some comment replies from the video. Do we live in a simulation? Ivan Hunter said, reality is subjective to the individual. Some people's reality is different to your own, but it is still a different reality to yours. Well, as they say, perception is reality. So your perception of how things are is your reality. Much like a dream, in a dream, your perception is that things are real, so it's real. It might not be real like logically, but to you it seems real. And as I say, perception is reality. So your perception of anything is, I guess, your reality, which in a sense is like its own dimension. Getting deep here, folks. Gold God said, what if the Bermuda Triangle was a myth so people don't get near that part of the sea because there was some kind of city which is now underwater? Definitely be a good way to kind of have people not check it out. I mean, as we know, whenever we tell humans don't go somewhere, I mean, Chernobyl's a great example. There's a bunch of like influencers that went to Chernobyl while it was still radioactive to take pictures because of the TV show. So, Emo Slat said, whoever is controlling me must love seeing me suffer. I hear that, yeah. Whoever's controlling me obviously, you know, just loves making sure that I stay broke and that, you know, my closest friend and my lover is my right hand. All right, guys, on that note, we're gonna wrap this one up. I've been your host, Jared Bronstein, and we'll see you guys soon. Gotta make the text a little bit smaller, just a tiny bit, not much. Little touch, ooh, ooh, a little more. Ooh, there it goes. All right, let's do this.